Hey everyone, this is a bit of fun. Welcome to the channel though, nonetheless. Subscribe if you've not, hit that bell button and hit that like button. Get as many likes as we can on this one. Let's get over 50 at least. That is a challenge, it takes 2 seconds to push it. Now, this is a bit of a laugh, this video. We're going to talk about elements of the future in terms of how much you can actually make with, for example, a coin like XRP. How much should you hold just in case it really does moon, okay? You can do this for absolutely any coin, doesn't matter what, but we're going to use XRP as an example, so please stick around. I'm going to show you a very simple trading method, okay, that will teach you how to accumulate coins when the coin is going down in a downtrend, like a bear market, and why you should be buying into it on an uptrend. Simple as that. So I'll see you in a second. Hey, welcome to the video. I hope you are well. Now, mentioned just before, we're going to talk about XRP and how much should you hold. Now, you can do this for absolutely any coin. I am going to teach you as well how to accumulate via trading, okay? Very, very simple trading / investing. Basically, you buy on the uptrend, you sell on the downturn. You do not want to be holding stuff like this throughout bear markets. You will be feeling horrendous, okay? Especially when you do the maths and you think, well, I could have sold at, say, $3 and now I could rebuy at 34 cents, 35 cents, for example, and I would have got 10x the amount that I've already held. People do not want to part with their tokens, their coins, their investments, whatever it may be, when things are taking a horrendous turn. Look at the likes of ADA. It took a 98% plummet. If you saw that anywhere near the downturn period, I'm going to teach you that, so stay at the end of the video. I'm going to show you some very simple techniques you can use based on moving averages on when you should sell your coins, okay, when the trend is against you and how you should do it. But this video is a bit of fun. It's just going to go over XRP because XRP is the most talked about. The people that talk about XRP are like, oh, I'm going to get really rich, I'm going to buy this, that and the other, it's going to be amazing, it's going to go up to $589 and all this kind of malarkey. A lot of that is fabrication, but we're going to talk about a kind of unrealistic example which could become realistic if you look at the grand scheme of blockchain technology, the industry, all that good stuff. But ultimately, this is a bit of fun. So, XRP, what is it? It's a possible behemoth of a company, coin / solution of real case scenarios where it could well be used in the banking sector, payment solutions, all that good stuff to send payment like that instantly in a flash. Very, very cheap, much better than the fiat equivalent, okay? Do your research on XRP. You will find tons and tons of resources, tons of information. You'll get a lot of misguided information. You'll also get a lot of good information that is also fabricated and a little bit beyond what it should be to make you buy. So you must do your research. I am not a financial advisor. I am nothing of the sort, but I understand a good investment. I've never really, shied away from putting my money where my mouth is. I hold XRP. I don't hold a lot. I am the sort of investor who likes to play the chart. I like to grow it. I like to play around, and I'm going to teach you a very simple strategy. So let's get into this. Now, this is simple. We're going to talk about elements of probability and the market capitalization. I have going to set this at 1 trillion. Seems really far-fetched at the moment, and it probably is, because that would mean an approximate valuation of the $25 XRP. But in 6, 7, 8 years' time, is it unrealistic or not? You've got to look at the stock market, how these companies grew over time exponentially. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, etc. They all started somewhere. Are we at the start of somewhere like that with cryptocurrencies? Not all of them, but some. Ones with genuine real use case. For example, XRP, Ethereum. You could argue Binance Coin as an exchange. You can also argue the likes of Cardano. And if I'm going to push it really far out there, the likes of Basic Attention Token, VeChain, and let's give you one more example that could possibly be one that could well be Pundi X as possible infrastructural coins that have a genuine real use case, that are leaders in their industry. Now, let's get into this. I know I'm probably getting you a little bit excited, so please, this has a load of rules with it, it has a lot of techniques, it has a lot of information, but this is kind of an example for all coins. Every single coin that you believe in, that you want to be a part of, you can do this, okay? Do not shy away from it. If you love a coin, look into it, but also do the numbers with it. Don't just go, I want to sell it at $100 when it's totally unrealistic. For example, XRP at $100 would be crazy. It would be 4 trillion, 5 trillion plus market capitalization, depending on circulating supply. And I'm going to teach you how to do all this. So, XRP, let's look at the factual stuff. 100 billion tokens is currently made. That is the maximum it will ever have. And that is actually becoming less as time goes on. When you look at the fee structure, it will gradually come down, which is always good to see. Circulating supply is at 42.1 billion as of now, right this second, okay, May 2019. Ripple holds 7.9 billion per whatever you want to describe it as, whether it is a holding towards XRP, whether it's just holding it back. Ripple are the company that hold it, and they hold that. Simple as that, they hold it in their wallet. A lot of people don't like that. That is predominantly one of the arguments of the Bitcoin gurus, that, you know, they shouldn't be holding that. But ultimately, I'm a massive Bitcoin fan too, so I don't really want to get into that debate. But yeah, they do hold it. You've also got team members. Team members hold onto their coins through previous sort of contracts back in the day when they created XRP, or Ripple essentially, into XRP. So they've also got holdings of XRP sitting around in wallets. So we do not know the exact 100% certain number of how much circulating supply, or max supply out of circulation essentially, is held elsewhere, i.e. Ripple or team members, okay? Which kind of echoes that centralized argument. But again, I'm not getting into it. This is a bit of fun. Approximately 8 billion people are on Earth. Now, we've got to kind of put that whole approximate on there. Not everyone's got the internet. Not everyone gives a buggery about cryptocurrency, and not everyone knows what cryptocurrency is. However, if in a time in the future, you know, Star Wars sort of era here, going way into the future through light speed and all that good stuff, that everyone decides to use cryptocurrency and, you know, massive revolution comes on, a lot of people will probably look at XRP as a solution to send money. That's just the fundamentals, because that's what it's there for. So that would indicate that there's 5.26 XRP per person if everyone held it, or everyone wanted to have some. That is their share, if you're looking at exact numbers. Obviously, unrealistic, because coins get lost, people chuck the coins away and they're careless and they just give them to camels in India or whatever, I don't know, random stuff. They just give it away to stupid exchanges, they put them on landfill sites, they just don't care. So that circulating supply, I would imagine you could probably edit that and probably do this with it maybe. I reckon there's a good 2-3 billion lost already, if you're looking at the time scale of how long it's been around. The likes of Mt. Gox, you know, spending money in that way. You've got elements like, not so much Mt. Gox itself, as in saying exchanges like Mt. Gox that went and gone, and those cryptocurrencies have now gone. Private keys cannot be, you know, held anymore. The computers have broken, they've held it in external wallets that were on their hard drives, etc. That's what I'm getting at, okay? Not just, you know what I mean. Anyways, so could XRP hit 1 trillion market cap? Well, it's not impossible, but it's very unrealistic, okay, as it currently stands in May 2019. Now, if you go on YouTube, you put in XRP price predictions, you put in XRP whatever, you will see some absolutely redonkulous estimations, okay? I'm not even joking. You got the $589 one, you got the $200 plus, you got the $100 plus. I think $25 is absolutely stupid, but not unrealistic, as in 20 years time, maybe 10 years time. I've already said it. You've got to look at the long-term picture with this stuff, and I'm going to teach you how to keep growing your XRP So stick around, and obviously do not forget to subscribe, hit that bell button, and like all my stuff, because I want to get as many people liking this sort of stuff, because it's awesome to look at if you are a long-term investor. That, in my opinion, is where the money is if you know how to handle it. So, how much should you hold as an investment? Well, we're going to go through some rules first before you start getting into that. Rule number 1, only what you can afford. Do not be an idiot. Do not be that person that goes onto a credit card or takes equity out of a home, etc., because you think that cryptocurrency is going to be the absolute monkey's nuts. When in reality, you've just bought at the top of a bull run because Bitcoin's gone up to 15k, 20k, XRP's hitting $3 again, and you're thinking, yeah, I've made it, and it comes right back down on your head. So, if you're watching this video right now, this is probably the better opportunity to buy than in that situation. Just saying. Just in case YouTube does some stupid algorithm thing and it sends my video to the moon in a year's time and it'll look a bit silly. But I've already made way for that because I put prices on the next element. Ha! So unlucky. Now, rule number 2. You must do a lot of research and DD. I am not a financial advisor, nor is anyone on YouTube. This is not a quick rich method, this is long term, and this is a bit of fun and a really ambitious 1 trillion market cap estimation of XRP. $25 per coin, not too bad in reality, but it still makes it 1 trillion market cap. That would be huge in the grand scheme of things because the whole market itself has never even touched that yet. But it is a lot more realistic than this number. That is, whoever made that number up wants a good slap. I'm going to say that right now. Because, yes, maybe in 200 years' time, but I'll be with the worms then. But you just do not know what's going to happen in the world. Yeah, well, unless they halve all their coins and then it makes it a different ballgame. Anyways, where was I? Oh, let's get to the main bit. How much should you hold? Now, this is a bit of fun, guys, but I'm going to teach you the main thing. So, here we go. If you bought $185 worth of XRP, you'd get $500. If in the long term it goes to $25, you get that much, $12,500. Not a bad gain, but it's all proof is in the pudding. How much can you buy and how much can you accumulate? Now, this is a bit of fun. You could have bought this amount for a fraction of that about 2 years ago. I can't even describe how much it would have been. I've not even looked. That's how unprepared I am for that question. I've just thought of it. I should have went, well, if you bought 2 years ago, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, if you buy now and you accumulate and you look to cash out at approximately 1 trillion market capitalization, you're going to be doing okay. Let's be honest. But there's a lot more things and parameters around that. You must keep up to date with what the hell is happening. Your investments should be treated as an investment. A lot of people with cryptocurrency, and I've never understood this ever. I've been in this industry a good few years now. They just go, I've bought XRP, I've bought Ripple, I've bought this, that and the other. Back in the day, I don't know what it is. Right? That is number 1. The other one is I bought Neo, I bought Litecoin, I bought this, that and the other. I bought freaking everything. Oh my god. I'll just leave it to sit for 2 years. Well, 3 of those coins, you're probably thinking, well, what's happened? Well, you probably lost a load of them because they've gone mainnet swaps. They've probably gone bankrupt, maybe. You never know. All these coins that people buy, they do not keep current with them. So please understand that if you buy into any coin, any cryptocurrency coin, keep up to date with it. Make sure every week you're looking at your coins. You're looking to see what the prices are. You're looking to see what the news is. You see if anything's happened. If one of their main directors or main founders goes and gets, I don't know, leaves or gets caught in some sort of like massive trafficking thing or money laundering, whatever, it's going to affect the price. It's going to affect, and you've got to act on it. So, you know, you can't just leave these to rot. It's not a 5-year hold challenge. It's not like, I'm going to just leave this for like 10 years. A lot of people do that. I know a lot of people go, I've bought it and forget about it. Why? Why? So I'm going to teach you why you shouldn't do that in a second. But this is my point. Accidental rich people happen in cryptocurrency. It just happens, okay? I cannot explain it. it's a very volatile market, but a lot of coins just go bang. They just go boom, boom. They just hit the moon and they go beyond the moon into Mars and away into the sun, literally. They bugger off, and I just do not understand why people try not to take advantage of that by accumulating coins that you physically believe in, because XRP is one of the coins that will FOMO. Every mass person will jump on XRP, and this is the moment where you should be buying. This range here, if it goes lower, you just buy more. Simple as that. Because this has been $3.30 plus with speculation without a real use case. Crazy, I know. So there you go. If you have a load of money to spend and you're willing to wait until $25, this is not financial advice. You could be a millionaire. Simple as that. But ultimately, this may never happen. But if this happens, oh dear, you will still be very, very wealthy, because that is a massive gain. Okay, so let's get to the chart. But I want to say some things as well. This supply is going to change over time. They're obviously releasing supply, so the price will vary. And also, this may never happen. Okay, in terms of how to calculate the market capitalization, you need to do this: the price times by the circulation of the supply equals the market cap. Okay, understand that when you are making any sort of price prediction, so you do not look like a wally. Obviously, I put a big disclaimer: this $25 range, 1 trillion, is just a laugh. It's just a round number. Okay, I could have done it a bit differently. I could have done it, I don't know, $5. It would have been quite cool to do that. But I'm going to teach you now something that you should be knowing. Now, you should know this as an investor, as a trader. This is a chart, guys. Well done. What goes up, what goes down? Cryptocurrencies every single minute of every single day. Every day this happens. Okay? Happens. A big load of camel right there. If you go to the 1 minute time frame, you can see it here. What happens, right? What goes up does come down. What goes up again comes down. What goes up? You can see this. Now, if you FOMO'd in here, I'm going to say it right now, you are completely wrecked. If you're watching this video and you bought there, unlucky. Learn how not to do that again. Oh, look at that. So, when you're looking at this and when you're thinking, well, investing, what do I do? For some weird reason, I can't quite put my finger on this neither. Never mind my finger or my foot or my fist. It needs to happen. Education is key. Check out the links below. But if you are literally trying to buy into these zones, you're going to get burned. Now, I'm not saying this zone's not too bad, this zone's not too bad. You've got to look at the existing trend. This is the weekly time frame. If I go down to the daily time frame and go right back in time, oosh, there it is. There's the monkey. It's a big one. It's a right tree climber. Look at that. What goes up does come down. Now, that was cataclysmic. That was the absolute wrecking ball of the world. So this is the daily time frame. You can kind of catch it a bit better. You need to find the retracement. This is your zone to buy if you miss this original zone. If you wanted to get in again, this shows weakness on the candles. You could get in there, and then after that, you're like, oh my god, it's over $1. What on earth? You go, you know, you just kind of concede defeat and go, well, doesn't matter. There's other ways of doing this. You can short the market, you can margin trade, etc. I'm going to go into that in a second. But you need to put some things on your chart. Don't worry about other indicators. Don't worry about that. Let's look at just candlesticks. Go on Heiken Ashi candles for starters if you like basic stuff. I do. It's, to be honest with you, Heiken Ashi candles are way better than normal candles because you can cheat with them. You can see what is happening in the next couple of days. They're amazing. But you can learn that on my course. Ha! Plug. Now, you need to do something clever. There's two things you can use: moving averages or exponential moving averages. You need to understand the basis of these and why these are very, very important to discover what way is up, what way is down. Simple as that. We all know that through backtesting. We can go back and say, oh, it's uptrend, oh, that's a downtrend. If you put an EMA on here, and I'm going to give you a longer term and a shorter term, you need to be simple with this. The first one you need on your chart is an EMA 55. Simple as that. All I'm going to say. EMA 55 is your longer term strategy that you need to be fully aware of. And I can already show you right now, you can see when the trend is and when the trend's broken. Now, you want something a bit quicker than this though. So, when you're looking at the daily time frame, you're probably going to miss the boat because that is an absolute rapido droppage, okay? However, if you look at a short term time frame, you've got another one as well you can get out of the bag. If you're looking at EMAs again, you need to try and think of a Fibonacci number. 21 is usually a good one. 26 as well, but let's go with 26. Let's see how it looks. You need to try and understand the importance of a trend. Now let me just change that color a little bit, see if it looks okay. Cool. Now this isn't quite the best method for a pump, but longer term downtrends it's pretty good. Now you can see here you would have caught the uptrend nicely. You would have had to get out anyways. You would have been like, oh my god, I made so much money. Nothing goes to the moon. Obviously it comes back down. Once it starts crossing over, this is kind of how you see it working, okay? As you can see here, you're against a trend. The longer term EMA 55 is showing the trend. It's showing it bearish. They act as resistance up there. Now you cannot get out of that zone. Obviously it tried, it rejected, came back down. And it started coming down, broke through it, off it goes. But I'm going to change this shorter term EMA to an EMA 8. This changes the game massively. Okay, so why? When you are looking at any sort of coin and you are looking longer term, you need to try and understand the importance of a trend. When it crosses over the EMA 55, you are in a very good bullish trend. It's simple as that. You are going in the upward direction. If you change your candlesticks to the 6 hour, for example, you can see a little bit more. Okay, but ultimately you're going to be in and out of these coins like a yo-yo. So you ideally want to be looking at the daily time frame. But the EMA 55 for me is a pretty good one, but it doesn't work as well on the daily time frame. So you want to add on another one. Okay. Make things a little bit more interesting if you are looking to change the way the world is. So let's just look at it from a grand scheme of things. If you are not the most active person on your computer, you need to have this as an alert. Okay, why? You need to be able to set this as an alert saying if the candlesticks are above it and close above it, you will be wanting to go long. If it goes below it, you want to sell your position and go and just leave it out there. Simple as that. So for example here, your sell point would have been at $1.32. You would have got some okay gains because ultimately you sold at a good time. And what is the current price? Down there. You would have grew your accumulation back by 71%, but that is a very longer term sort of trend style method. Now I'm going to change the way this works now totally and give you something totally different. Okay, this is where you will probably see a better result, but that is for people who do not spend a lot of time at the computer. What you need is a moving average, an EMA again. You need 2 of these bad boys, and you need to do this with it. You need to, oh dear, my bad. Can I have my EMA please? There we go. You want to put on a 20. This one's a good one, by the way. Just saying. And a 10. Or you can have an 8 if you want to be a bit faster. How do you like those apples, guys? Bit different, isn't it? Nicer. This is the one that is pretty awesome. I'm going to just say that right now. Let's just make that one white, because that one's the quicker one. And the shorter one, the slower one even, shorter. We'll go orange. I love the orange ones. Doo-doo! How do you like those apples? Now, what do you see here, guys? When the white line crosses over and below, you act. Over, you go that way. Long. Below, you go that way. Okay, simple as that. Now, that would indicate you got inside of the trend. Cool. On the daily time frame, you can do this on any time frame, by the way, but the daily time frame, this is where it's best. Now, you've got to understand that they have to close over as a crossover. Crossover there. You would have probably FOMO'd in at a really bad time. You've got to be patient with this method. It doesn't just happen straight away. Now, ultimately, in the heat of the battle, oh dear, Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of all that. The heat of the battle you would have sold anyways, up here. Obvious, because you would have made a cataclysmic amount of money. But when you know it's starting to come down, just, start taking profit, start looking at keeping a stable currency. But when you start to see a crossover and it actually closes, so here, this candle here is where it closes, below it, okay, officially, on this really wiki bounce kind of day. That is where your time is to exit, which would be $160, okay, so it's a bit faster. Now, we all know what happened. We went all the way down to, like, was it 22 cents, all-time low for the year. So yeah, you would have gained a lot of, 88% roughly. So that is how you do it. You sell and put into a stable currency when you are below these regions, and it doesn't close. It's got to close a crossover above it. It doesn't do it still. It does it here finally. So with that in mind, this is what you would have gained on this passage and move here. You would have sold roughly around, say on this candle body here, for example. You would have rebought back into a position there. You would have been out of your position for 86 days. You would have gained 61% extra. So if you had $1,000 in there, you would have still had $1,000 in a stable currency. You would have gained an extra 61% of XRP for your money that you originally sold for. You would have gained a lot extra coins for that. Again, you go back in and you sell again up here. So you would have got a little bit of a long profit on this one here. This little pump here. Not much. Actually, it is quite a lot when you look at it. 42%, that's huge. So, and again, it goes back down and it's got to close, but it didn't actually close. It was very, very tight sideways and eventually there. So this is how you do it. It's very, very simple. Now, if I zoom in, you will see a lot better. This is how it would look in real terms, in real kind of elements. Now, a lot of it's sideways. You can't act on it. Do not act when it's sideways. Again, that you probably would wait for a few more confirmations for it to go up a bit more. 2 candles isn't enough, in my opinion. Then, obviously, crossover. Oh, it's looking quite bearish. Off it goes again. And then we go down again. Go up a little bit. But you got to wait for the full divergence of the crossover. You can't just go on these little act or sideways, because that's the altcoin market. It happens. But if you're out of position, happy days. You're not losing anything, but you're also not gaining. And this is where we are currently. So, there you go. Simple as that. You can do this on the weekly as well if you so wish to. Now let me just show you the weekly before I end this video. It doesn't look as good, but ultimately, if you see the crossover, you know it's a bearish trend, but ultimately you would know that was all bearish anyways, because look at the state of it. Get out when you can for profits. Anyways, there you go. Video over. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a bit of a long one, but it's just to get you a bit more excited. But obviously use the EMAs 10 and 20 if you want to try and get involved in some sort of accumulation dips and kind of understanding where the trend is. That is a bullish trend, that is bearish. You can kind of see by the moving averages. Keeps it very, very simple, keeps it very, very concise. But again, just be mindful of what you're doing. Now this obviously, it shows it black and white. When that white is below the orange, you shouldn't be in it. When it's above it, depending on what state it's in, you should be in it, okay? Obviously, you've got to wait for the full on. You've got to look for this sort of stuff here. The stupid stuff, okay? And again, these are the daily time frames. You've got to be quick. And if you wanted to see this on early, you would have caught it on that candle, that candlestick there. So you would have got in. And then obviously, whoop-de-doos. So, there you go. Have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow. But again, bit of fun. Do your own research. Do not invest what you cannot afford. Do not forget, though, to subscribe to this channel and check out the previous video and the next video that YouTube is also looking to show you.